Welcome back to Lead. Staying with politics now. U.S. State Department emails released today, obtained via the Freedom of Information Act by the Republican National Committee, seem to show officials from the U.S. State Department under Secretary Clinton giving preferential treatment to Clinton Foundation donors and, quote, friends of Bill who sought to provide aid after the Haiti earthquake in 2010. ABC News, which was first to report this, talked to analysts who said that Clinton and the Clinton Foundation clearly seem to blur the lines between the State Department and her husband's foundation. Jake Johnson, a Haiti analyst at the nonpartisan Center for Economic and Policy Research, described the relationship this way. Quote, "You had a lot of coordination between the two, obviously, and I think that raises significant questions about how they were both operating." To talk about this and other matters, let's bring in the panel. CNN political commentator S.E. Cupp, CNN political commentator and Hillary Clinton supporter Hillary Rosen, plus CNN political commentator and USA Today columnist Kirsten Powers. Hillary, without question, the goals of a lot of these people pouring into Haiti after that devastating earthquake was to help the people of Haiti. But there was also a lot of money at stake, and it seems odd that it should matter whether somebody was a friend of Bill's or not.
Well, of course, when you're involved in a crisis, you want your friends to help you out there. But I think that the key issue in that story,
people of Haiti.
Right, but Bill Clinton basically gathered the troops, including, former President Bush, and they went to Haiti and solved a lot of problems together. But the key issue, I think, in that story was that that they were trying to create jobs instead of building housing. And there are some people there who thought that they should have spent money building housing instead of creating jobs. That's a legitimate issue, but I don't think anyone could argue that Bill Clinton made a decision or Hillary Clinton was involved in trying to solve the crisis in Haiti because of foundation dollars that went 100% to helping the people of Haiti.
Right, but
it's not like that money went to their pockets. It went to help the people of Haiti.
Not Bill and Hillary's pockets, but friends of Bill's and Hillary's who were
creating jobs,
trying to get projects and money from the United States State Department and others to help the people of Haiti.
It was described by analysts as a gold rush for government contractors at the time. And so you had all of these agencies and nonprofits trying to get aid where it needed to go. And the idea that the Clintons and the State Department would want to keep a record of which of these offers were coming from friends and which weren't. I mean, unless they were just thinking about Christmas cards or thank you notes. This just really sort of reaffirms this idea that the State Department and the Clinton Foundation were a little too closely aligned.
I think that's the nub. But let's move on because there was something that you saw Rudy Giuliani in the piece we aired a few minutes ago, kind of making light of the quote-unquote locker room talk. Senator Jeff Sessions, Republican and a supporter of Donald Trump's, was asked if what Trump described on that tape, how being a star enabled him to assault women and quote, grab them by the genitalia. He was asked if that constituted sexual assault. And the Weekly Standard, a conservative publication, asked him point blank, would you characterize the behavior described in that video as sexual assault if that behavior actually took place? Sessions, I don't characterize that as sexual assault. I think that's a stretch. I don't know what he meant, the Weekly Standard. So if you grab a woman by the genitals, that's not sexual assault. Sessions, I don't know. It's not clear how that would occur. The deputy editor of the Wall Street Journal editorial page called this the Todd Akin legitimate rape moment of 2016.
Yeah, well, so first, you would think Republicans at this point would stop talking about female anatomy or anything related to women, whether it involves rape or assault or anything, but they won't stop. I do have to say, we can thank Donald Trump for revealing the fact that there actually are still a lot of people in this country who do not understand what sexual assault is, and maybe they're going to be enlightened through these conversations, because I think if Jeff Sessions' daughter, a man walked up to her and grabbed her in the genitals, he would understand that to be an assault. Certainly a police officer would understand that to be an assault. So I don't know if it's just they're so craven that they'll say anything to defend Donald Trump, or if they sincerely believe that this is not sexual assault. Either way, it's pretty despicable.
Well, and even Donald Trump has not gone this far as to say this wasn't a sexual assault. I wasn't describing a sexual assault. So it's odd that they are choosing to go further than he has.
He said something like that. When Anderson asked him about the debate, he said
it was the words.
He said you
I didn't do it.
you don't understand.
But he
You don't
didn't say,
understand.
he said I didn't do it.
Right.
He didn't say if I had done it, it wouldn't have been sexual assault. They're taking it a little bit
I think
further.
he did. I think Anderson said, do you understand that this describes sexual assault? And I thought he said no. But
He
maybe
said
I
it was
misunderstood.
words.
Yeah.
He said it was words.
You know, I do think that women across America, whether somebody has grabbed their, our genitals, or whether it's been a pat on the back, wherever, but, we experienced yesterday an anonymous woman said, tweet me your sexual assault stories, and 20 million tweets later of real stories, real women experiencing this. That's the Republicans' problem, because women really understand when their bodies feel violated, even if men don't.
Well,
and that's
course.
so important going forward. And if the Republican surrogates of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump doesn't understand this by now, there's just no hope there.
Well, no, it's insane, because if you remember back to Bill Clinton's depends on what the meaning of the word is, that was sort of classic Clinton, very surgically trying to carve his way out of this situation he was in. If that was the smart man defense, this is the dumb man defense. This isn't a scalpel. This is a caveman's club trying to say, oh, I don't know if it's sexual assault.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's the exact opposite, just as bad, and makes really little sense.
What's really also odd about this, Kirsten, about this locker room talk thing, and we heard Ben Carson talking about earlier, is, I heard guys when I was younger talk about sexual conquests. This isn't about consensual actions. This isn't about a guy who has a lot of girlfriends or has slept with a lot of women. This is about assaulting somebody. I just can't fathom why people are having a difficulty understanding the difference.
I mean, again, there really are, sort of, to quote John Edwards, two Americas. There is an America where apparently people do this, and women are telling me, women say this on Twitter, that this is what men do. There are men saying this is what men do. I don't know anybody who does that, and most of the people I know are saying this doesn't happen. It doesn't matter if they're male or female. The way that he was talking is not how people talk about women. And so, and obviously, yeah, you're right. And the other thing is, he wasn't in a locker room.
Right.
He was doing an interview with a complete stranger. It's not even like he was talking to his best friend from childhood.
We can see by the numbers it's a decreasing number of people that think that this is okay, though.
Well,
Yeah.
that's at least a good thing, I suppose. Esty, Hillary, and Kirsten, thanks. New and false claims from Donald Trump.